welcome back to my channel. For today's video I wanted to go over the brands that I wanted to try in 2021. I did do a recap of my list of brands that I wanted to try in 2020 at the end of last year. I set myself a challenge last year of trying 15 different brands, 10 makeup and 5 skincare. So this year, because I do want to try and rein in my spending slightly if I can, I've lowered it to 10 brands that I want to try. As a sort of spoiler alert from last year, there were a few brands I was unsuccessful in trying and I was going to bring them over to this year, but I think only one of the brands on this list is from last year because I kind of wanted a fresh start, as it were. So this list does mainly consist of makeup brands, but there are a couple of brands in there that do solely do skincare, and then a couple of makeup brands that also do skincare as well. So why don't we get started? The first brand on my list is Proper Beauty. I think that's how you say it. It's P-R-O-P-A. I'm going to try and put logos or something on the screen while I'm talking. This is, I believe, a black owned brand, and this is a brand that I first heard of from Angelica Nyquist, and she highly recommended the lipsticks that they have. I'm not aware of any other products that they actually have. I think it might just be their lipsticks, and they are really reasonably priced. They are only $12 each, I think, and I am definitely intrigued to try them. They do have quite a few shades available on their website. The last time I looked, there were a couple of the ones that I was looking at that were sold out, but it is a brand that I do definitely have my eye on, that I want to try and get something from them. I don't think, considering they were coming from the US, that shipping was too extortionate. So yeah, the first brand on my list is Proper Beauty. The next brand is one that has been around for a long time, and that is Buxom, but I've never actually managed to try anything from Buxom. They have only recently, I believe, been available over here in the UK. Seen the odd little pieces here and there on different websites, but I now think we do have a substantial amount of their products on a couple of their websites. And there are quite a lot of products from this brand that I do want to try. I mainly have my eye on their blushes. I think they have one which is kind of like a cult classic, and it's in the shade Seychelles, but I can't remember what the formula of it is. And then I also do want to try one of their lip products. They are known for their plumping lip products, which isn't something I do tend to go towards, but it is also a kind of product that I haven't really tried for years. I think the last time I might have tried a full-on sort of plumping lip gloss was back when I was in college, and I tried one of the Soap & Glory Mother Pucker lip glosses, and that wasn't really a pleasant experience, and it has put me off trying them since. From what I remember people saying about them, they aren't the sort of harshest of plumpers. It's not too sort of stinging on the lips. And they do have, as well as the plumping lip glosses, also now plumping bullet lipsticks, which I am quite intrigued about. So there are quite a few things on my radar from that brand that I would like to try. The next brand on my list is Honest Beauty, which is the brand of Jessica Alba. I did actually think that this was a sole makeup brand, but when I looked into them a little bit more, they appear to have some skincare as well. And this is a brand that hasn't long arrived in the UK, but I'm really glad that it is now readily available, so I can sort of pick and choose what I want to try from the brand. Again, they do kind of have lip products that I like the look of, and I wouldn't mind giving their skincare a try as well. They are in the realms of kind of what I would call reasonable high end, so a lot of their products appear to be around the £20 or £30 mark. So yeah, this is a brand that I would like to try at least one thing from. The next brand is one that I have brought over from 2020 and may actually be a brand that was on my 2019 list as well, and that is Violet Voss. And the thing I want to try from Violet Voss is eyeshadow. They do have a few different eyeshadow palettes that I do like the look of. They have their bigger size ones, which is Like a Boss, and I think it's either Hashtag or Holy Grail. They look really nice. They are around the £50 mark, which is more than I like to spend on an eyeshadow palette, and I don't see those larger ones on sale very often. And if they ever do get sort of substantially decreased in price, they do sell out really quickly, and I've never quite caught one on sale. They also have the fun size palettes, also have their fun size palettes, which are more what I'm leaning towards picking up. I think there's about 8 different variations. I've had them in my basket so many times I've just never actually checked out because there's not one that 100% jumps out at me, but they are around the £20 mark and they do regularly go on sale. So if I'm going to try anything from the brand, it is more likely to be one of the bite-sized palettes, but either way I do just really want to try the Violet Voss eyeshadow formula. The next brand is Nabla Cosmetics, and this is a brand that I believe I only really heard of in 2020 because they did seem to release quite a few products. They are, I believe, known for their shimmery bronzers, which I don't think are a product that really draw me in. I do definitely prefer matte cheek products, although today I am wearing a kind of shimmery blush, but generally I do much prefer matte cheek products, but the matte bronzers look really pretty. The products that have caught my eye from Nabla have again been eyeshadow palettes. There is one that was released in the past few months, which I think is called the Side by Side palette, which looks like a really pretty neutral palette. I think that one is around £40 or £50. And then I think the last eyeshadow palette released before the Side by Side one were some smaller palettes, which were called Cutie palettes. Again, similar to the Violet Voss, there was quite a few of them that did catch my eye, but none of them that 100% sold me that I actually picked one up. But I do really like the look of them and I would be tempted to give something a go. And I did actually recently see on a video of Angelica Nyquist again, she was talking about their cream liquid lipsticks, which sound really nice, and I think they're about £16, £17. So again, they are kind of on my wish list from this brand. The next brand is Dominique Cosmetics, and this is a brand, again, like a lot of the others, it's eyeshadows and lipsticks that have caught my eye. More eyeshadow palettes from this brand than the lip products. I believe that she has some lip glosses on the market, but I've heard kind of mixed reviews about them. It is more the eyeshadow palettes. There is a couple of palettes which are, I think it's Latte 1 and Latte 2, which have drawn me in, and I have nearly purchased them when they went on sale towards the end of last year. There is one, I think, called the Celestial Thunder palette. That one looked a bit too dark for me. And then I think there's another one that she has as well that is quite dark, but it's the more latte neutral palette, which is what I tend to go for, that are catching my eye. And I have heard good things about the formula of her eyeshadow palette, so they are on my radar. The next brand is Luna Beauty, which is the makeup brand of Manny MUA. We actually have something different for this brand that has caught my attention, and it is his highlighting palettes. I think they are called the Luna Prism palettes, and they do look really pretty, and I have heard great things about the formula of them. There is also his lip glosses that have caught my attention as well. I have heard really good reviews about the lip glosses. I'm going to keep an eye on to see if possibly one of his highlighting palettes go on sale next time Beauty Bay have a sale, and I might pick one up. And no doubt I will probably throw one of the lip glosses into the basket as well, because I have heard great things about them. The final makeup brand is Nabla Cosmetics, and this is a brand that for me really came onto the scene probably in 2020. They had so many releases that a lot of people were talking really highly about. They are originally known for their stacks of eyeshadow palettes, which I had always heard of, but they'd never 100% caught my eye. And in the past year, they have now brought out proper eyeshadow palettes, and they have so many palettes on offer. A lot of their eyeshadow palettes do appear to be quite pigmented, so I am quite intimidated by them, but I do also want to give them a go. And knowing about all the eyeshadow palettes and the hype about them, it's also made me kind of look back at their stacks as well to maybe give one of them a go. I do think a lot of the stacks they have re-released as eyeshadow palettes, but I am really intrigued to try the formula. As with other brands I've discussed, there's not one specific palette that does catch my eye the most. I do like the look of the She's in Parties, although I don't feel like I can pull off sort of berry tones. I don't seem to love berry tones on me. And then there's also the Millennial Pink one. I know I'm wearing pink on my eyes today, but I'm a bit self-conscious wearing pink, so even though those palettes look pretty, I just don't know if they're 100% for me. But it is for sure a brand I will be keeping an eye on over 2021 to see what other palettes they release and to see if one does fully catch my attention. And then finally we have a couple of skincare brands. The first one is Good Molecules. I did start compiling this list at the tail end of last year and did stick Good Molecules on there because I genuinely wanted to try them. But at the point I'm filming this, I have already actually made a purchase from Good Molecules. Beautylish did have a sale at the very end of the year, and a few of their products from Good Molecules were discounted, so I have picked up a few. So this is a brand that I am confident I am going to tick off before the end of 2021. If you've seen my video from last year, you will see that I actually had the brand Nabla Cosmetics on that list. And the reason I had put them on that list was because I got an item from them in 2019. But I somehow still went through the whole of 2020 without trying that product, and at the end of 2020 I still hadn't tried Becca. That product did end up in my everyday makeup drawer for January, and I have now officially tried it, so Becca is well and truly off the list. I just thought you might be interested in that slight update there. But yeah, back to Good Molecules, I have ordered I think 4 different products from them. There were a couple being the peptide serum and then one of their other serums that were out of stock, which I did really want to try. but I have ordered a handful of other products to be able to try and see if I like the brand, and then obviously I can always go back and purchase more. But they are such an affordable brand. I really like as well with Beautylish that you don't have to spend an absolute fortune to get free shipping. A lot of international websites, it's usually sort of $75 or $100 that you need to spend, whereas Beautylish is only $35, and you also pay the tax up front, so you don't get stung for customs when it arrives at your door. So I am really excited to try the brand, and fingers crossed I like it, because I would happily order more from Beautylish. And then the final skincare brand and final brand on my list is Glow Recipe. This is a brand that I have heard, again, quite a lot about in 2020. They seem to have really upped the game and brought out a lot of new products. They were quite well known for their watermelon products, which is why I had never purchased anything from the brand, because I do not like anything that is watermelon scented. It is always a scent that has just kind of turned my stomach, so I always kept my eye on the brand, but while it was all watermelon products it was releasing, I was never interested. But now, because they have released a few other different products, the main ones that I do have my eye on are the Plum Plumping Serum and also the Banana Souffle Cream. I did notice at the end of last year that they did have a couple of gift sets available which had a couple of those products in. So for me, that might be the best way for me to try this brand. And I did kind of say to myself, if any of those gift sets got discounted in the January sales, I probably would pick one up. So I am quite confident that Glow Recipe is a brand that I should achieve in 2021. So that is my list of 10 brands that I want to try in 2021. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I am trying to rein in my spending slightly this year, so I'm not going to rush myself through this list and try and sort of maybe try one brand a month if I can. But other than that, that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.